In the Macedonian capital, Skopje, hundreds of protesters calling for the government to resign set up tents outside the main government buildings. They say they'll remain until Prime Minister Nikola Gruevski and his ministers step down. Around 40,000 people joined a protest the previous day after leaked recordings appeared to show ministers plotting vote rigging and the cover-up of a murder. In Iraq, many people who have fled the advance of Islamic State militants in Anbar province have found refuge at a former holiday camp. The camp is situated by Lake Habaniya, just south of Ramadi, which the militants captured on May the 17th. The situation in the area is highly volatile, with Shiite militia arriving in the majority Sunni province to support Iraqi government forces. Events are being held in Ukraine to mark the 21st anniversary of the deportation of the Crimean Tatars. In Kiev on May the 17th, people lit candles in memory of the thousands who died during the deportation. Around 180,000 Tatars were deported from Crimea to Central Asia by Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin in 1944. In Simferopol in Crimea, a service was held for the victims of the deportation at the Central Mosque. Many Tatars returned to Crimea in the 1980s and 90s, but have complained of discrimination and abuses since Russia illegally annexed the peninsula last year. In Peshawar in northwest Pakistan, printers are busily producing posters ahead of the first local elections in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province in more than a decade. The previous government of the province cancelled local elections, citing security concerns. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is the scene of a long-standing conflict between government forces and Taliban insurgents. But the campaign is now gathering pace, with thousands of candidates running in the May the 30th polls. In Moldova, around 150 activists marked the International Day Against Homophobia with a march through the capital, Chisinau. The May 17th march was also attended by the US Ambassador James Pettit, who addressed the marchers in their own language. A group of counter-demonstrators threw firecrackers and eggs at the activists. In Sarajevo, around 50 workers from a troubled central Bosnian textile factory demanded the government help unblock the company's bank accounts. They want payment of 2 years' back wages and the release of contributions. The protesters said around 180 Borat Stravnik workers could not retire without their health and social insurance payments being settled first. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.